No army, no missiles, no invasion. Yet entire nations collapsed, not because they lost wars, but because they owed money. This is the story of how debt became the most powerful weapon ever created. Debt was never meant to destroy countries. At first, it was a tool: borrow today, grow tomorrow. But over time, this simple idea was transformed into a system of control, a system so silent most people never noticed it happening. When countries face economic trouble, help appears quickly. Loans are offered with promises of stability and growth, but hidden inside those loans are conditions, rules that reshape entire nations. Once signed, there is no turning back. The real danger of debt is not repayment, it's dependency. Countries begin borrowing just to pay old loans. Budgets shrink, services collapse, and slowly, sovereignty disappears without a single shot fired. Global financial institutions present themselves as neutral saviors, but their policies often favor creditors, not people. Cuts to healthcare, cuts to education. The population pays the price, while debt keeps growing. Debt also weakens national currencies. As currencies fall, imports become expensive. Inflation rises, salaries lose value. The public suffers, while lenders stay protected. This didn't happen in one country. It happened across Africa, Latin America, and parts of Asia. Different flags, same story. Debt replaced colonialism, cleaner, quieter, more effective. Debt doesn't just control economies, it controls politics. Governments under debt pressure make decisions they otherwise wouldn't: who they trade with, who they vote for, who they oppose. Freedom becomes negotiable. People are told poor nations failed because of corruption or bad management, but the system ignores one truth. Some countries start the game with power, others start already in debt. Every economic crisis creates opportunity, not to nations, but to creditors. Assets are sold cheap, resources are privatized. What belonged to the people quietly changes hands. Debt turns crisis into profit. The most powerful part of debt is fear. Fear of default, fear of sanctions, fear of collapse. As long as fear exists, control remains absolute. No force is required. Today, global debt is higher than ever. Governments borrow not for growth, but for survival. The system no longer hides, it normalizes dependency. Debt is now permanent. The question is not who owes, but who collects. While nations struggle, financial elites grow richer. Debt concentrates power at the top, and inequality becomes inevitable. Breaking free from debt is possible, but costly. It requires political courage, economic pain, and public unity. That's why few attempt it. The system punishes resistance. Debt doesn't conquer with tanks, it conquers with contracts. And until people understand this truth, the world will remain free on paper and owned in reality. When a nation is buried in debt, democracy becomes fragile. Elections still happen, speeches are still made, but real choices disappear. Whoever controls the debt controls the future policies. Voters vote, but creditors decide. Strangely, mainstream media rarely explains this system clearly. Debt is discussed as numbers, not as power. People are told to blame politicians, never the structure itself. Silence protects the system. Some countries are born rich in resources but poor in leverage. Others control currencies, banks, and credit flows. The race begins, but the finish line is already owned. Debt ensures the gap never closes. Interest is small at first, almost harmless. But over decades, it becomes a permanent drain. Countries pay endlessly, yet owe more every year. This is not failure, it is design. Loans are justified as temporary solutions, but emergencies never end. Each crisis leads to another loan. Temporary help turns into permanent control. As governments cut spending, society fractures. Hospitals decay, schools weaken, crime rises, hope fades. Debt doesn't just break economies, it breaks people. Creditors claim neutrality, we just lend money. But lending with conditions is not neutral. When policies cause hunger, unemployment, and unrest, responsibility cannot be denied. Countries that try to break free face consequences. Capital flight, sanctions, isolation. Markets panic, not by accident, but by reaction. Freedom has a price. Debt works slowly. There is no single collapse moment. Life gets harder, year by year, quietly. That's why revolutions rarely start over spreadsheets. The world believes wars are fought with weapons, but the most successful wars are fought with numbers. Until debt is understood as power, not finance, history will keep repeating silently. Please like this video and support and subscribe to our channel.